Let's do it. Our Orioles first half review. We always do 3 up, 3 down every Monday. So today we'll do 9 up and 9 down just to expand it out a little bit and talk more about these guys. 9 up and 9 down is brought to you by Stan the Fan. Personally, you can go to his house and he'll talk baseball with you. No? Oh. Well, but he does do it every Monday.
I bet he would.
Him, Ross, and Luke. And it's brought to you by Warnken Law as well as the Costas Inn with 2 great locations. The OG in Dundalk, the newer one at the fairgrounds in Timonium. They got some new art going up, some like graffiti-style art celebrating the location at the track. It's very cool. Costas Inn, love them. And, of course, Stan, Facebook.com/PressBoxSports, YouTube.com/PressBoxOnline, or PressBoxOnline.com/video. I guess because the Orioles have a losing record, we do up first on this list. So 9 up. I'll begin. My number 9, someone who...
Are we doing guys, because there's several guys I feel like who could be on both lists,
I
right?
said that you could be on both lists.
Okay.
You can be on both. You can have somebody on both lists. I did not, for the record. There were guys that I considered for both lists. But there were too many guys that I thought could go one way or the other, so I didn't do that. And I think the way that I said it on Twitter is that anyone in uniform, so that would allow Craig Albernaz to be considered for either list, but not Mike Elias, although at some point I guess Mike Elias could put a uniform on. I mean, I guess that's possible.
Can't be much worse than, I don't know, certain guys who are going to be.
Up, number 9, Yennier Cano. Who I think it's easy to forget just how consistent he's been this year. 1.06 whip, 28 strikeouts, just 8 walks over 31 innings, and he's allowed just 1 home run this season. Yennier Cano, number 9 on my up list.
Yeah, he would have been, or I guess he is, one of my honorable mentions. He's not going to crack my top 9. I went with Trevor Rogers is my number 9. He's been obviously really good over the last 5-6 weeks, and this is there's been more good than bad with
I disagree with that. There has not been more good than bad.
Bad. He had one awful month.
That's the problem. It was awful.
I know, and he's one of the guys who I think is gonna land on both sides of my list here.
I'm only okay with that if he's also on the other list. He's on the other list for me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about him for this list, and when I started writing it out, I considered him for this list.
But he's been so good since June 1st. He's been 2025 Trevor Rogers.
Yes. He has been.
And this team has not had a lot of good happen to it.
You're not wrong, but not enough that he can still that month and a week of good baseball can crap.
He's been like a top 5 pitcher ever since.
I understand that, but we're not doing the 9 up for the last 5 weeks. We're doing 9 up and 9 down for the first half. And for the whole of the first half.
I know. Well, yeah, he has a 4.5. He's been average. He has a
4.5 ERA is not average. 4.5 ERA is bad.
I mean, all right. I guess
it's bad.
It's not bad. There's guys that are regularly pitching with 5 and 6 ERAs.
Yeah, so you're saying there's worse. Yeah, sure, there's worse, but 4.5 still isn't average.
I mean, yeah, it's not the goal.
It's definitely not. Number 8 on my up list is where Taylor Ward finds himself. It's kind of crazy that somebody can lead the team in on-base percentage and have a 750 OPS and still be only number 8, but that speaks to just how little power he has had and how disappointing that has been. Taylor Ward, number 8 on my list.
You got that one right.
Oh, yeah?
He's my number 8 as well. I mean, yeah, there's not a ton you can complain about. Obviously, it's very bewildering the way the power is just evaporated, but he still leads the team in doubles and on-base percentage. The defense, I guess, is left a little bit to be desired, but he has 2 home run robberies on the year,
he does.
something like that.
He does,
and it's a tough left field. So I mean, yeah, he's number 8. That seems, I guess, apparently we both think that's about right. So
someone who initially was higher on my list, but there's just too many stinkers in there for him to actually be higher. Kyle Bradish is at number 7. There's just too many stinkers.
There's also a lot of really
when he's good
ones.
He's brilliant. But it's just not quite consistent enough. Now, look, on the whole, he still pitched to a 3.61 ERA in the first half,
which is pretty good.
Which is really good. But a 1.35 whip, and when he's bad, he's bad. Look, he obviously needs to be on this list. There's no debate about that. But the Orioles needed him to be an ace, and you can say it's not his fault that they didn't actually address it, but that's what they need. He hasn't been an ace. He's been good enough that he absolutely has to be on the list, but not consistently good enough to be any higher than that. Number 7 is the spot.
This is where I'm going to put Rico Garcia. His first, again, this I guess maybe. I mean, obviously his first, I guess, quarter of the season, I guess, was just unbelievable. Brilliant. It was unreal, and he's tapered back just a little bit since then, but he's still, probably, I mean, he still is the go-to arm in this bullpen. So he's the one reliever I have
obviously
on my list.
Kitchers look really good down the stretch, but
we're looking at the first half as a whole here.
I agree. That's why my number 6 is Rico Garcia. Rico Garcia pitching to a 0.85 whip, which is bonkers. 43 strikeouts over 41 innings. Yes, not quite the otherworldly start to the season that Rico Garcia had, but still, on the whole, Rico Garcia, very much outstanding first half. He's number 6.
Samuel Basallo is my number 6.
Much higher on my list.
Much higher. Good for him. He's really fun to watch. I mean, I don't know. I guess there was the weird benching thing, which there's probably another guy that's gonna be on the list on the other side of this segment for those reasons. But I mean, yeah, he's really fun to watch. I'm glad he's gonna be here for another 7, 8, hopefully longer than that. The rest of his career. But yeah, Samuel Basallo, and I mean, then that's why I think because we're still hopefully scratching the surface of what he is, and so that's why. I think there's still a lot left for him to climb up these lists.
Adley Rutschman, number 5, and deserving of being an all-star in the context of I think as catchers go, he's been very good. I think as Orioles go, he's been good and more good than not. It's good to have Adley Rutschman back. He's not otherworldly. He's not complete game changer, but he's been really good. Number 5.
He's gonna be higher on my list. My number 5. That's where I put Kyle Bradish. Obviously, as you said, he's really had some. I mean, how are we supposed to measure what he's done? Because his really good starts have
really
been
good is
unbelievable.
Yes.
So to me, that's why this is the appropriate spot for him. Number 5. A list of 9 guys.
Number 4, I could make an argument as the Orioles' actual first half MVP, but. A godsend. Brandon Young is a godsend. Brandon Young is a miracle. I have no idea how this has happened with Brandon Young, but it has truly saved the Orioles' ass. Without Brandon Young, I know they're not very good even with him, but without Brandon Young, I don't think they have a prayer because they were desperate for someone to provide something, and he hasn't just provided something, he's been awesome. If he was pitching to a 4 ERA, you could argue Brandon Young was still miraculous. He's pitching to a 3.42 ERA. It's unreal what Brandon Young has given the Baltimore Orioles. It's almost impossible. Brandon Young, number 4 on this list.
Yeah, he's gonna be higher on my list. I mean, he's had one bad start all season. That's pretty much. I guess there was another one where he didn't get out of 5. I think. Blaze Alexander is my number 4. I mean, yeah, he's been the surprise of the season. It really, really sucks that. Probably not gonna see him again.
Samuel Basallo is number 3 on my list. He is threatening a 30 home run season. He's somehow better than advertised. This is a bat that's different than what the Orioles possess. Obviously, his plate coverage has been far better than we could have expected. I appreciate his fire, his passion. I love everything about it. I actually think he's been a better catcher than I thought. That's also part of what I'm measuring here is we talked about Samuel Basallo like he wasn't really going to be a catcher. Trevor Rogers certainly thinks he's a catcher. I mean, couldn't say enough about the guy. I think he's been very solid. But there was the stretch where he caught 3 games in 3 days when Adley was sidelined. I cannot say enough. Samuel Basallo, special. Now, I get it. It's a half a season. And we can say all those things. But this isn't – the ball sounds different coming off of Samuel Basallo's bat. And – he's willing to just hit. He's willing to just go with a pitch and drop it out into the outfield. Samuel Basallo to me is number 3.
I guess, should I have Basallo higher? I guess. But I don't know. I have him at 6. I have Adley as number 3. He's just, again, maybe it's because of how awful he was last season, but he's been really good this year. He still missed, 20, 25 games or something?
The only argument I could make for Adley over Basallo is that Basallo still strikes out a bunch.
Yeah.
But he obviously hits a lot more home runs, and he has a better OPS. I can't make a serious argument for Adley over Basallo.
Just that he is the team's catcher. And he has been.
I think that
really
would maybe
good at catching.
That might be registered. Yeah, he's been better,
Yeah.
right? He's definitely been better. I think that would register more with me if the staff overall was. I guess it's better than we expected it to be. I don't know.
Since he came back, they've been much better. I think Adley's having a really, really, really good season. Obviously a bounce back season from last year, and he's one of the top players in the lineup, and he needs to be in the lineup every day. So Adley's my number 3.
Blaze Alexander's number 2 for me. He's the guy that hits.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
I guess maybe he's still not like an aircraft carrier. I guess that's why I can't have him. Not that I guess Brandon Young's my number 2. Not that he's necessarily an aircraft carrier either. But he's had that one bad start. The team also just wins when he pitches.
I'm all for praising Brandon Young. Don't get me wrong. Blaze was number 2 for me because I just can't ignore the significance of a 312 hitter who is also OPSing over 800. This is not. To your point, he's not hitting an S ton of home runs, but he does have 12 doubles. It's not just all seeing eye singles with Blaze Alexander. And, he plays the game the way that we like guys to play the game. He plays with his hair on fire. Everything about Blaze Alexander is great. And to your point, it's very disappointing that he's not going to be around. Look, obviously Pete Alonso got off to a slow start. And maybe if your measurement of Pete Alonso is, I thought he was going to be a miracle worker, you might somehow be disappointed by Pete Alonso. But there's no debate about who the best Baltimore Oriole has been for the first half of the 2026 season. He's been as advertised. Yes, he strikes out a bunch. But despite the fact that he strikes out a bunch, he still is OPSing 820. Pete Alonso has proven to be what the Orioles needed him to be, and has been better defensively than we expected him to be. Imagine if you took away the slow start to the season, what you might be looking at with Pete Alonso. He's just been fabulous. Pete Alonso was an easy choice for number 1.
The slow start obviously is, I guess, part of it, but it really doesn't seem like it at this point. It's long forgotten. He's been everything as advertised, showing up literally every single day. One of the nicest guys, clearly in the clubhouse. He's very likable, and he's gonna hit 35 home runs, maybe more, probably more, when it's all said and done this season.
He might threaten 40 home runs.
Pete Alonso is he's the first half MVP.
Yeah, there's just no doubt to me about that. Those are our 9 up. If you want to get your 9 up and or 9 down in at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter or Blue Sky, you can do that. And if you do, you'll be registered to win a Crabs Beer Game Day shirt, courtesy of Pressbox, just for participating in our first half 9 up and 9 down. We will get to the down coming up here in a little bit. Do that after we talk some soccer. Today's show is also brought to you by County Sports Zone. CountySports.zone is the website where you go to find everything you need to know about high school sports here in the state of Maryland. They got you covered for all news updates all summer long, and then they'll get you ready for the start of fall sports season. CountySports.zone, proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and buyatoyota.com. All right, back in here on GCR as we continue along here on a Wednesday edition of the program. Let's do the other side of the conversation. Let's go over the down list for the Orioles. 9 up, 9 down is what we're doing. Normally 3 up and 3 down, but, it's a more comprehensive look at the first half. I'll begin. It was tough. Both numbers 8 and number 9 for me were difficult because I don't think they've been bad, and we alluded to one already, but they haven't been as good as they've needed to be. And so Shane Baz is number 9 on this list. Again, he's not bad, but he was the Orioles' major pitching acquisition, and he's just been so-so, pitching to a 4.2 ERA in the first half of the season, giving up a lot of hits, 113 over 111 innings. He's, he can be electric, right? He has 99 strikeouts this season. There's so much to like about his stuff, but like this notion that the Orioles were acquiring something that, like, hey, you take away what happened in the spring training stadium last year and he was brilliant. Like, you just don't see brilliant consistently enough. You kind of just see that this is sort of who he is. He's just sort of a mid to back end starter, and that's fine, but the Orioles suggested they were acquiring because he was a top of the rotation type of arm, and you just don't see that consistently enough to buy it. He's number 9 for me on the down list.
Yeah, Baz I went back and forth with a lot, and for that reason, I guess I just ultimately was like, well, he hasn't been good enough to be a top 9.
He definitely hasn't been that.
And I don't think he's been bad enough either to be a bottom 9 guy. So I really did. I toiled back and forth with him a lot and was like, you know what? I think he's just kind of not like he's eaten the most he's
definitely eaten innings
of
that part
anyone
is true.
else on the team.
Yeah.
And I think it's just honestly, it's just too early. It's just too early to really make any kind of assessment about what Shane Baz is for the Orioles. There's been some good, there's been some not great, and
you take the good, you take the bad, you take never mind.
I wonder. He's not supposed to be here, but he was. And he was terrible when he was here. Trey Gibson's my number 9.
Oh, I can't put Trey Gibson.
He's got like an 80 ERA. He's made like 7. He's made 7 starts, and he's got a nearly 8 ERA, and he's pitched 33 innings. Like,
look,
he is part of this team. Like,
yeah,
that was
he's kind of part of. He's not really part of this team.
They needed him to pitch, and he was bad.
He was the 9th starter for this team,
which is kind of why I lean. That's why I had to leave Baz off the list. Like, if Baz wasn't here, then we would have had Trey Gibson and then some, like, the pitching for this team. Like,
right, but they need Baz. Trey Gibson was a guy that had to pitch because the house was on fire. Shane Baz, they need Shane Baz to be a pitcher, and he's been a guy.
And he did pitch, and he was awful. So Trey Gibson's
9. Trevor Rogers is number 8 on this list. We talked about him already. When he's good, he's really good, and he's obviously been very good going into the break. There are other guys that have been good going into the break that we'll talk about, but for the whole of the first half, he just wasn't very good. He pitched to a 4.48 ERA. Like, he's supposed to be a number 2 starter. The whole of that is why he's number 8 on this list.
I have him one spot higher as my 7. That's because I have Bradish as my number 8. Like the 2 starts, the 2 great starts, like 2 unbelievable starts and 1 really bad start thing. It's really, really weird.
Yes, it's frustrating.
His first month wasn't good either. I mean,
yeah, there are too many guys for me to have Bradish on the down list as well. Like I said,
maybe I'm making too many excuses for some other guys then, but we'll find out who you have, and I don't.
Yeah, there's got to be some guys that you didn't put on the list at all, which is it's got to be crazy to me. Like I said, nobody made both lists for me. Alvarez is number 7 on my list. There's too many players that I think are responsible for me to not, or for me to have him higher. I don't really know what Craig Alvarez's level of culpability here is. Yes, the Basayo stuff was weird. His comments after Gunnar got hit were insane. His unwillingness to call Gunnar out. We'll get to him. There's a lot there that's confusing, but I don't really know how much of it is his fault, how much of it is the way the team was put together, the development that hasn't been there. I don't know, but he's the manager. That was the guy they committed to, and they fired their last manager, and he hasn't been good enough, so he's got to be on the list. He's number 7.
He is on my list as well. I have him a little bit higher. Or actually, sorry, I gave you my 7. My 7 is Trevor Rogers.
That's right. Yeah. Kobe Mayo's my number 6. Yes, he's hit 12 home runs, and that's good, but it's also a statement that you can hit that many home runs and still only be OPSing 659. 12 home runs, 659 OPS. And while he's maybe looked more comfortable, we talked about this yesterday with Zach Moore, he's looked a little bit more comfortable at third base than I think we expected him to when he had to play there.
But he still made some really bad plays.
But it's the throws. The throws, like, he can get to the ball. His instincts are good. Like, you see something, and then you just don't know where the throw is going. And it's not because he doesn't have the arm. He's got the arm. It's why it is that they didn't think he was a third baseman. And unfortunately, he's going to have to play some more third base. That's the reality. Kobe Mayo's number 6.
He's going to be higher for me. Colton Cowser, I had him at number 6. I mean, he strikes out all the time, but he does play really good defense, and he also had that one really good week. So I had 5 guys higher than
him. He is higher on my list, for the record. Jackson Holliday's number 5. It's tricky because, yes, the bat kind of came to life a little bit going into the break, as I mentioned earlier. Like, there were some guys that showed some signs of life. But still, this is about what they need Jackson Holliday to be and what he isn't. And he's never really improved as, like, a defensive second baseman where you've said, like that guy's a difference maker. He's just not looked like a 1-1. The bat coming to life at the end was enough for him to be lower. Like, I think if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, Jackson Holliday would have been number 2 on this list. The bat came alive, and that dropped him down a little bit, but still on the whole, it's hard to look at Jackson Holliday as part of the solution for the Baltimore Orioles right now. He's number 5.
Yeah, he was another one I struggled with. Ultimately, I'm leaving him off the list. Like the hamate bone injury is a really weird injury to come back from. He's only been here for a month and a half, and yeah, I agree, it's not been good. But like, I think there's guys that have had everything going for him who have been way worse, and that's why I had to leave him. I had to leave him off my list. That's no Holiday for me. So that's where I have Craig Albertaz as my number 5, because same deal, just kind of right in the middle here. Like the Posada benching is really weird. I'm not over that. And the team isn't good. The team's not good. Like that at some point that does fall on the manager. At some point, at most, it still is on the players as well. But yeah, he's number 5. That seems appropriate to me.
Colton Cowser's my number 4. Yes, the defense is really good. I think it's sort of a statement of how bad he's been offensively, that like he's been this good defensively, and yet I still think he's number 4 on this list. I just can't ignore it. He's OPSing 652 with that really good week.
Yeah.
He's OPSing 652. He's an everyday player because you desperately need his defense, like desperately. But it's such a problem that he's an everyday player. It's such an issue that the Orioles don't have better options in the outfield.
Well, they just drafted Eric Booth Jr.
That's right. Maybe that'll be the case. Colton Cowser's number 4.
We swapped Colton Cowser and Kobe Mayo. Kobe Mayo is my number 4. I mean, yeah, same deal. He strikes out a ton, but he has bad defense. So that's why I had him ahead of Cowser. And also he's had opportunity after opportunity. He's going to have more opportunity now with Blaze Alexander down, and he just has not seized it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the home runs are cool. I like seeing balls go 450 feet and into the second deck in left field, but he only can do that against lefties. Like,
it's true.
Kobe's my number 4.
Chris Bassett's number 3. Yes, he got hurt, but he wasn't good before he got hurt. 5.27 ERA, 1.63 WHIP. They were having him piggyback because he couldn't start games. I mean, it's just he has not been helpful. There's no way around it. They're going to need him to pitch if he returns. They're going to need it, but it was bad. Number 3, Chris Bassett.
You finally got one right.
There we go. Yeah. I wonder if you're going to flip-flop knowing your hatred, but it shouldn't be. Tyler O'Neill should be number 2 on the list.
You got that one right.
Yes, he's been an unmitigated disaster, but he's also not played every day. It's not as much of a problem as number 1. Tyler O'Neill's number 2.
Yeah, Tyler O'Neill.
And he did it a couple home runs there at the end.
It doesn't matter. They were meaningless home runs, too. Like, I mean,
for the most part, you're right. Look, man, I don't want to pile on. I don't remember who we had on before we left. It might have been Ben who said, if the Orioles are going to have a hope, it's going to be because Gunnar Henderson is going to come to life. And you pray that he does. But for a guy he's hit 16 home runs, and he still has a sub-700 OPS.
He has 17 home runs, I think.
Is it 17?
Yeah, he's at 17.
It was 16.
17 homers, 43 RBI, 697 OPS.
697.
He's getting his on-base percentage is under 300.
It's unmitigated. It's unmitigated what a mess it is. And obviously he kind of stopped. He hit like the majority of those home runs in the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah.
it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Gunnar Henderson's number 1 with a bullet.
Yeah, I agree. I do.
Look at
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. We got
We had
our
done
top 3.
If we had done 3 up and 3 down,
Yeah, it would have been boring.
we would have
Really
the
boring.
exact same 3 down, which is wild. Yeah, we'll get those. Truth be told, there weren't a whole lot of other guys that I mean, like, it's funny because when I thought about this list, I was like, well, obviously,
There's going to
Leody.
be more down, yeah.
No, I thought Leody Taveras would be on the up, right?
Yeah,
like,
and Jeremiah Jackson.
Well, I think that we knew that Jeremiah Jackson had cooled off
Yeah.
significant. I think that we've kind of missed how rough it's been for Leody Taveras the last month or so. Someone who arguably for the first 2 months of the season was in the conversation for Orioles MVP, but it's just sort of fallen off the face of the planet. Now the first 2 months still happened, so it wasn't enough for me to put him on the down list. But
he still plays. You feel good about his defense, though.
Good enough about his defense. Like, I don't think you would want him to be the everyday center fielder, but in right field, like, and particularly given what your options are, you want him out there over Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a bummer after he really looked like a difference maker to start the season. He just kind of hasn't been that. You bring up Jeremiah Jackson, who again showed some signs of life.
And maybe it's just the clutchness of Jeremiah Jackson.
Well, I mean, obviously early on,
yeah.
he was in April. Jeremiah Jackson was brilliant.
I mean, even this past weekend when he pinch hit and had the 2-run double to help him win.
It was massive, no doubt about it. All right, those are 9 up and 9 down. We will get them up at GlennClarkRadio.com here momentarily. Not a whole lot to cover. I guess the bad news that we need to bring up is that Keegan Aiken's done. Keegan Aiken's going to have Tommy John surgery, or he already had apparently Tommy John surgery. And while Keegan Aiken isn't the most important arm in the bullpen, he obviously was someone you still were using against lefties. And I think it's for stretches this season, Keegan Aiken had been reliable. I get that his numbers on the whole don't look very good.
You got to find somebody to open for Chris Bassett.
That's right, when Chris Bassett comes back. That's a good point. Look, his numbers on the whole this year have been bad. Like, I'm not trying to oversell Keegan Aiken, but he's a major league arm, like he is, and so it's disappointing. But Keegan Aiken done for the year due to Tommy John surgery, which apparently he had today. So that is bad news for the Orioles on the injury front.